Hello everybody, welcome to AstroEdify. Today we are going to talk about Saturn in 10th house. What kind of general results we can see if Saturn is in 10th in anybody's case. Positive and negative both. And actually it is considered a really excellent situation for Saturn to be in. If it is well placed, it can fetch great levels of career success and general levels of prosperity in life. But if it is not well placed and making some negative combinations, it can have capability to create problems as well. In terms of profession and career. And what are the remedies for that we are also going to discuss. So let's start this video. If you want to book a consultation for yourself, you can go on this website. The link is given in description. So we are going to talk about Saturn in 10th house. First of all, we are going to take the case if Saturn is well placed in 10th house. Now, by well placed and strong, I mean that Saturn is in 10th house in own sign, exaltation sign, friendly signs. It is in conjunction or Parivartan Yoga, exchange of zodiac signs with the Kendra lords or the Trikona lords. And at the same time, the lord of the zodiac sign in which Saturn is sitting, that planet is well placed in the chart. Then you also need to check the condition of Sun, Moon and Ascendant Lord. So Sun, Moon and Ascendant Lord govern the inherent fundamental strength of the chart. If they are well placed, they are going to create a lot of strength, and Saturn will have much more power to give excellent results in life. But Sun, Moon and Ascendant Lord, if they are weak or not well placed, then the inherent chart strength goes down. And even though you have strong planets and you run through their time periods or their dashas, you won't find good results, expected results. So if these situations, which I said to you, if Saturn is in such positions, it will be considered very good. And the more these conditions will be satisfied, the more strong Saturn will be in the chart. So first of all, what we can see here is that 10th house and Saturn are more or less the same thing, because 10th house is the house of karma. 10th house is not only the house of career, but it is the house of karma. So it shows your actions which you do in your life. So 10th house and Saturn is also the same thing. Saturn is also the planet which represents the karma, represents the action orientedness. Now, Saturn and Sun, they are considered natural significator, Karak planets also of the 10th house, means the general controllers of the karma and the career and the actions which the person does in their life. Now, another point here is that if Saturn is strong, so first of all, it generally gives you good material ambitions most of the time, because 10th house is a house of Artha Trikona. Artha means material prosperity. So Saturn in 10th house can fetch strong material ambitions, and not only the ambitions, but also the capability to work and put actions and efforts in order to fulfill those ambitions. So that is the excellent part which Saturn can give in this case. So it is a good situation for making person really action oriented, relentless, competitive, tough, has fighting spirit, does not shy away from any kind of harsh circumstances, ups and downs. It makes person quite realistic, practical, logical, tactful, strategic. It also gives foresight, that element to plan and organize the things and then put them to action. It makes person quite resourceful. You are able to fetch solutions no matter how difficult the situation is. And Saturn also makes person quite dutiful, committed, responsible towards the things which they are striving for. If you are working for some goal in life, Saturn will give that kind of courage, that discipline, that responsible behavior, that no matter what, I'm not gonna stop until and unless I achieve that. These are the excellent results of good Saturn in 10th house. And one more thing, see, Saturn, no matter how strong it is, wherever it is placed, if it is well placed and strong, it shows that ultimately it will give you great levels of success. But it creates delay and it tests the person, that how he or she is, how much they are dedicated, how much capability do they have in order to fight for the thing that they want in their lives. So Saturn in 10th house, if it is strong, ultimately be sure that no matter what, it will give you good levels of success in your life. But at the same time, it delays, it tests your patience, it tests your dedication, it gives you initial failures or struggles. And if you continue no matter what, ultimately it fetches you really great levels of achievements in life, accomplishments in life. So that is the aspect of Saturn. Another point, if anybody has good business yogas happening in the chart, then Saturn in 10th house, like Mercury, Rahu, 7th house, they are very powerful. Then it can show that it can also give you good business acumen. Not everybody has that. But the point I'm making, that Saturn in 10th house, if it is making other combinations, it can give this element that, okay, how the world functions, how the money flows, how the business works, how to approach people and sell the products and reach the public. That kind of sense of business is given by Saturn. It gives you that entrepreneurial mindset also, if it is in such situations. Then apart from that, it can also show that whatever is earned, whatever you got in your life, it stays with you. So if Saturn is well placed in the 10th house, it gives the things with delay and sincere efforts, but it also gives you good opportunities in order to be successful. But whatever you achieved, it stays, it stabilizes. So that is also given by Saturn. It is a very good situation for having power, authority, wealth, prosperity, lands and properties, because it looks at the 4th house. Name and respect. You have to see Sun also for that, because Sun is the main controller for public image and society. But if they are strong, then it gives the person not only a good career, but also the respect, the name, the status, the power, the authority in life as well. People remember you through your work. That is what Saturn is. And it also makes person a workaholic. If Saturn is well placed in 10th, and specifically if it has association with Mars, it can show a person who is really committed and disciplined, and they don't stop until they have completed their work. That is a kind of mentality given by Saturn and Mars if they are strong. So it makes person somewhat workaholic, a very career oriented person. And apart from that, you have to see Jupiter for this also. It will not be the case every time, but Jupiter is the planet of dharma, and Saturn is the planet of implementation of the dharma. So dharma does not mean religion. Dharma means the morals, ethics, values, principles, code of conduct which a person makes for themselves. So that is what dharma is. So Saturn and Jupiter are the planets which show the law and order and discipline and ethics and morals. So if Saturn is well placed in 10th house, it makes person moralistic, ethical. Fulfillment of duty and commitment will be there towards all the responsibilities in their lives, whether it is the professional life or the personal life. Then it also makes person honest and just, and at the same time, whatever you do, whatever you earn, whatever you accomplish, it is going to be through righteous means, not through immoral, unethical, corrupt practices. That is the good aspect of Saturn. I'll tell the later negative aspects also, because Saturn here, if it is badly placed, it can give you success, but through corrupt and unrighteous, immoral means also. But I'm talking about good Saturn right now, so it won't give that. Now there are several career fields or education areas for which Saturn is considered very good. If it is in 10th house, you need to see the other combinations in the chart. But it is very favorable for law, judiciary, public service, government jobs, politics, strategy, operations, administration, all kind of STEM fields, science, technology, engineering and mathematics areas. We can see researchers and developers and scientists with this. Also Saturn in 10th house can be excellent for business. As I mentioned, if it is making such combinations, it is an excellent situation for being a businessman or entrepreneur. Then real estate, infrastructure sector, agriculture, architecture, anything related to land, that can be seen. Media and mass communication fields, oil, gas, coal, mining, iron, steel, manufacturing, metallurgy, metal industry, all these heavy industries can be seen through Saturn, because Saturn literally controls them. So these are the areas where Saturn can give excellent results. You have to see other combinations for them, of course. But no matter whatever the area is, if yogas are fine, Sun, Moon and Ascendant Lord are good, then it means that if you run through Saturn Dasha or other planets which are responsible for your career, it can show serious growth and upliftment in the area wherever you work. So that is the good part of Saturn, what we discussed so far. And it can show, because see, it looks at your fourth house. Fourth house is the house of home, land and properties. So it gives you properties and assets and everything. But it shows that you have to put efforts for your family also, because it can show that your more focus is on the career, and maybe you are so much surrounded overwhelmingly by a workload that you cannot give your time to the family. So that becomes a challenging part, because from here Saturn looks at fourth house and looks at the seventh house. So fourth house is your home and family, seventh house is the house of marriage. So Saturn in 10th house is considered excellent for the part of profession. But with respect to home and personal life, it can create distance, isolation, separation kind of a state, where because of career you are not able to focus on your family life. So here it is recommended that people should strive for a healthy work and family life balance, because Saturn is a mechanical planet. It shows that it functions in a way where you are continuously working like a machine, which actually helps you to reach great heights in career, but at the cost of your marriage and home life. So that becomes a part where a person should also put their efforts. If let's suppose 4th and 7th lords are not well placed, then this situation further aggravates. So that is very important to see here. And anybody who has this placement, it is advisable that one should also put a serious focus towards their family and home life or married life in this case. Now, we'll also see that if Saturn is badly placed in 10th house, what happens? So by badly placed, I mean that Saturn is making negative combinations, like it is in enemy signs, debilitation sign, and at the same time the Neech Bhanga is not happening. If the Neech Bhanga is happening, the situation will be different. But if debilitation and no Neech Bhanga, then negative, then the zodiac sign in which it is sitting, the lord of that sign is badly placed in the chart. And heavy influence of 6th, 8th or 12th house in a negative way is happening on the 10th house upon Saturn. It is in deep Papakartari Yoga, hemmed between malefics, retrograde, totally combust, being in Mrityu Bhaga, and in Navamsha chart or Dashamsha chart also, particularly if Saturn is not well placed, it will create a lot of problems. And Saturn itself becomes 6th, 8th or 12th lords, then it becomes more challenging in this case. So this becomes a situation, and heavy influence of malefics like Sun, Mars, Rahu, Ketu in a negative sense. In a positive sense, I've discussed all the aspects. But in a negative sense, if they are in a bad sign, and at the same time the Lagna Lord, Sun and Moon, you must check them. If they are badly placed, the Saturn or any planet, whatever, it's not going to give you good results. So Sun, Moon and Ascendant Lord are your mind, personality, thinking. If they are not supporting you, no matter how good your other planets are, you can't see any results. So if they are also not well placed, then Saturn in 10th house can create serious problems. So if it is malefic, then what kind of situation can be seen, that we will see. First of all, it can show tremendous delay, struggles and problems or instability in terms of career, profession and finances. So either the person is experiencing that they are not getting the job, it has been so long that they are not started their career, or some financial troubles or struggles are going on. Person is facing a lot of loans, debts, instability, financial crisis kind of issues can be seen, because the income inflow is getting stopped. So 10th house is the house of career. If you are not going to work, from where you are going to earn money? So that becomes challenge here. Then let's suppose somebody is working, either the work environment is really bad or toxic, you are constantly having fights or rivalry or stiff problems, facing enemies at workplace or in general in life. Troubles with bosses can be seen, or any kind of constant job changes can be seen, where it's creating continuous instability in the job. So you don't stay at a particular job for a long time. So that can be seen. Multiple fields are seen here, that it can create misdirection. Misdirection, I've seen this very common. Misdirection means the areas which are actually good for the person, it does not let you get into them, and it does not let even the thought process be in that direction. Means the person does not even think about those areas which are actually good for them. If Saturn is really bad and Moon is really bad in the chart, then they will keep on doing something altogether totally different, where they are always going to face continuous failures and no progress whatsoever. So that kind of thing can be seen. So it shows misdirection, cluelessness, failures, instability, and which in the ultimate sense create low self-esteem or demotivation and dissatisfaction, frustration in general, because I'm getting nowhere in life, that kind of thing. Then people who don't get any recognition, no matter how hard they work, no recognition at workplace, no matter where you go. So even if you change the jobs, still poor growth or no growth whatsoever. You are working but no growth is happening. Opportunities don't come to you. Recognition is not there. Appreciation is not there. That can be seen. Then it looks at 4th house and 7th house. The 4th house shows any troubles at home, problems to mother or problems with mother can be seen. Same thing in marriage. Either marriage is delayed severely or the marital life is not good, going on well. There are lots of fights, distance, isolation, coldness, monotony, possessiveness. It's a suffocating negative environment is prevailing at home and in the marriage. That can be seen. You have to look at other yogas for that also. Then generally it makes person unhappy because it is looking at your 4th house. If Moon is also bad, then it enhances. And sometimes I've seen that Saturn is giving success there, but in your life, but still no happiness, no contentment, no satisfaction. Inner emptiness is constantly there. Then it can show loss of assets or any kind of court cases, litigation problems that can be seen. And at the same time, like I mentioned, that you have to look at the morality part in a close with a close lens. You have to see the 9th house and the Jupiter for that. So Saturn, if it is in such a situation that okay, it is receiving support from Sun, Moon and Ascendant Lord, and 10th Lord is fine, so it can give you success, no doubt. But let's suppose Jupiter is bad, Moon is in a negative situation where it is not giving morality at all, and 9th house is not good, then it shows that person can get success, person can accomplish, they can be successful no matter what, but through corruption, through unethical means, through immorality, high sense of greed and lies, no moral compass, selfishness will be very high, and any kind of indulgence in illicit, illegal, corrupt, criminal malpractices or activities can be seen. And ultimately, no doubt, it will give downfall. Ultimately, it will give downfall if such situation is happening, because Saturn, what it will give, it will not let it stay. In the good situation, as I said, what will come, it will stay. But if it is bad, it can give you temporary success, but no matter how high it is, but ultimately the downfall will be there. The best example of this is Vijay Mallya. So he has, I think, if I remember, Aquarius ascendant, Saturn Rahu in 10th house in Scorpio. It is not good at all. So the things here is that he rose to great levels of success, but ultimately the downfall. So that is happening. And other aspects also, like the relationship part, not only in his case, but in general I am talking about. If Saturn is badly placed in 10th, it will definitely give a bad family life and a bad marriage, definitely, no doubt. So these kind of things can be seen if Saturn is badly placed in the chart. And at the same time, it does not let you put efforts, means it rather than making you disciplined, it will create a lot of procrastination where person, let's suppose, does not even do the things even at the last time. Blames and excuses, seriousness is not there, impatient behavior is there, irresponsible nature, these kind of things. If these are present, no matter what, Saturn expects you to work. If you are not having those inner qualities which it demands for you to give accomplishments, forget about it. It's not going to give you. So that is how it functions. Now if you are experiencing any kind of negative sides of Saturn which we discussed, I have made 2 videos. Watch them. Their links are shown in card section above, given in description below. Follow the remedies which are discussed there. Practical remedies and astrological remedies both are being discussed there, and you listen to them. Try to implement them as much as possible. It will take time, but understand that the more you will follow, you will definitely see changes. So watch those videos, follow the remedies for improving the negative results of Saturn if you are experiencing any. So that is all from my side today regarding Saturn in 10th house. If you are new to my channel, subscribe below. For more, check on my website, Facebook page, Instagram. The links are shown in description. Otherwise, we'll meet in the next video. Till then, goodbye and thank you.